We are live for another day of NEWSJACK CITY. Farah already is in saying I'm here, notebook ready. So glad someone offered a car for you. I know, right? Just yummy. So I'm assuming Farah, you can see and hear me over on YouTube, but I need my rest of my people to let me know. Am I good to go over in Facebook land? I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, so okay, Emily says she's hearing and seeing me. So let's get to it. Miss Barbara, I am TJ Mercer, and I am on one these days. Hey Kareem, I am absolutely on one these days. I'm feeling myself. I'm rocking the Howard University that one of my mom's friends, Miss Tarston, made for me, and I just brushed my teeth, so it's there. But I am thrilled. Life is good. I'm happy. And I'm TJ Mercer. I'm the Chief Noisemaker of Media Mavericks Academy, where I teach authors, experts, coaches, and entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without a publicist and without being a celebrity. And so, what we do here on NEWSJACK City Tuesdays is we go over headline hooks to get you booked. And if you are not familiar with the principle of newsjacking is the way that you can take a current event, something that has popped off in the media, something that's popped off in the world, and hijack it for your business, your book, or your brand. And when done right, it can land you on TV, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CW in less than 24 hours. Actually, I'm being conservative with 24 hours because I have seen it happen in 12 hours, but 24 hours sounds good. So, with that said, if you need to learn more about the principles of newsjacking, I deep dive in my free book that you can just go get over at newsjackthat.com. Go get it at newsjackthat.com. And yeah, that's where you can learn all about it. Now, how about we get into some headline hooks, baby? I have no idea why I said that way, but just roll with it, y'all. Just roll with it, because I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know what to do. Tighten up my point of view. I got a new attitude. Okay, so the first thing I want us to hit on is, and remember, when I do these, it is not to be exploitative on people's bad tragedies and all of that. It is simply to show you how to leverage things that happen to celebrities that make them more relatable to us as an audience. Is to always when they when they what am I trying to say? When they experience things that we go through. So, unfortunately, I'm all familiar with this journey. So, the Dancing with the stars reveals miscarriage while husband was in Ukraine. So, both of them are, I believe, both of them come from Dancing with the Stars, actually, and she had a miscarriage. And if you are an expert in that space of grieving or MDs, things like that, to talk about the experience, to talk about how you process it, the infertility of it all, what people are going through. That's something that I want you to enter the conversation and talk about. All right. So, yeah, that, yeah, I need you to enter the conversation and talk about that because it's common, it happens often, and we need to talk about it. All right. So there's that one. This is, uh-oh, get my phone freeze. Let me see. There it goes. What is this headline? Okay, well, oh, there it is. I'm like, what is the headline? So, mental illness and gun violence. So, this is what CBS covered this morning. And what made me think about this is because on my Media Mavericks Q&A the other day, one of my Mavericks is actually an expert, and she was tracking that in almost every instance of a mass shooting, it will be tracked to someone who's been bullied. And so I told her that although you don't want to do it, and this is a perfect example because I was telling her that you don't want to do it when we're in the heat of the grief of what has happened and, you know, what people are experiencing. You don't want to pitch during that window. You want to pitch and let it die down. And this is exactly what I told her. So this dropped today, actually. And her perspective of Katina says, finally enjoying while the live is happening. Yay! Glad to see you, Katina. So what we want to accomplish with this is though, oh, it's playing. Okay, I didn't realize it's playing, but you get it. Just listen to TJ. When she was talking about the bullying aspect, I was telling her to go and talk about it after the fact, after it's died down a little, so that she can present. We we can prevent the next mass shooting, perhaps, if we address this problem. It's something I told her to how to come disrupting or something. I forget how I said it. If any of my Mavericks are here and remember that conversation, type it in the chat for me. But this is what I'm thinking along the same lines. Is she's talking about the mental health and what can possibly prevent it, what it's tied to, perhaps, or how we can stop it next time, signs we can look for. If that is your lane, make sure you jump on it, right? I expect you to jump on it. What's this one? Oh, it came up again during the fact that this past weekend, which was Father's Day, so many airlines had canceled flights. So I'm repeating myself because this is going to be a theme through the summer. And I want you to jump, if you are in the travel industry, I want you to jump on this because we've got 4th of July coming up. What are some of the travel things that we need to know? What are some of the hacks? What are some of the considerations we need to put into place if we are planning to want to travel for the 4th of July holiday? So it doesn't seem like it's getting better. We first talked about this a few weeks ago when Delta announced that it was canceling like 100 flights a week or 200 flights a week or something crazy. And what we need to do. So we've got airlines canceling flights. We got gas through the roof. There's something there with some of y'all. I don't know what exactly it is, but there's a pitch in there where you can help us or shed light on us of what is going on or how we can just navigate this. Guys, yeah. Yeah. However, my cousin did call me right before, while I was prepping for this, and she told me, okay, don't y'all laugh, but I'm just giving you information. I'm giving you the information. But she told me that she actually found a flight on Spirit out of Burbank, California. For those of us who are LA people, we know how we try to avoid LAX at all costs. So she found a flight on Spirit for $105. And even with all the additional fees that Spirit charges for like checking a bag, bringing on a carry-on, bringing on your left shoe instead of your right shoe, whatever Spirit charges, it still was going to come out cheaper for her to fly out of Burbank all the way over into Memphis, Tennessee for our family reunion. So things like that, if they're travel hacks or booking fares or things like that, things we need to do to navigate if our flights gets canceled. What do we say, on the airline? What is the small print? What are our rights that we don't necessarily are aware of that we need? What are the buzzwords that we can use to get some service if our flights are canceled? So yeah, we'll be talking about that because I really need somebody to newsjack that. Next, we got the one for some of y'all, you can't stand her, some of you love her, some of you just We got Beyonce dropped a new single last night called Break My Soul. And Catrice says, we have a family reunion coming up in Memphis. Yep, I'll be home for my family reunion in Jackson, Tennessee for that weekend. But worst case scenario for me, I can jump in the car and drive home. Thankfully that I'm now back in Atlanta. But Beyonce drops a disco-fied new single, Break My Soul. So two things about this, can y'all see is it loading? Can y'all see the headline? Are we having headline issues? Okay, I'm really having a bad delay. So Beyonce drops disco-fied new single, Break My Soul. So she dropped it, and if you know anything or have been seeing it, she first removed all of her profile pics off her social media. Then she dropped the British Vogue cover. Then Drake dropped two things about this headline. So I just saw it today. The fact that this Variety music editor called it disco when it's clearly a house beat. Yeah. But he's the music editor. He should know. And he even talked about the influence that the music came from. He still called it disco vibe. But we're going to But the fact that she dropped this, and I was just getting ready to mention Farrah. So Farrah, who usually is with us all representing the YouTube squad, Farrah slid into my inbox this morning and asked me with her journals coming out, called Farrah, please forgive me, type it in the comments because I forgot what you said, but it was something related to Break My Soul. And the lyrics of Break My Soul was spot on. And she asked me, should she jack this? And I was like, abso-freaking-lutely. Anything that you can actually do to leverage, like even listen to the lyrics of the song, come up with a pitch around what are the lyrics talking about. Drake dropped a new album. I'm hearing that it wasn't that good from social media, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of Drake, but you can listen to his album and see what's there. But we know Beyonce stops traffic whenever she enters the fold. Refresh Journal. That's what there is. The Refresh Journal. Release the stress was the lyric. Okay. All right. So are y'all seeing, like, I really thought that was a great idea that Farrah had to leverage that so that she can be out there, with the hashtags and the trends, and it's directly related to what she's talking about. And the same thing goes for, the other thing I want to say is, one, lover or hater, Beyonce is one of the ultimate examples of branding and marketing and how she does things. Like just that step by step. So she teased her fans with removing the profile. Like, so, because she been posting, pictures and whatnot, but she knows her fans and how closely they watch her. So the minute she removed her profile, there was commentary about what is she up to? Like, what is she doing? Like, okay, something must be coming. And then when she dropped the Vogue cover, there was all kind of talk about that. I don't have an opinion one way or the other of the imagery of the cover. So there was But if you do, newsjack that. Talk about the imagery of the covers, because I saw right up people talking about it's satanic and straight out of some satanic rituals and whatnot. I don't know one way or the other. I don't pay that much attention to stuff like that to make a decision or even have an opinion. But what I am saying is, if you do, get out there and newsjack. Okay, if you have an opinion about this. Pear says, yes, learning from the guru TJ. I'm a guru. I'm a guru. I'm a guru. So, Farrah, I want you to definitely consider how you gonna pitch this too. I don't want to just stop at the Instagram. I want you to consider how you can pitch this to leverage, what her whole single talks about. Okay. So there's that. There's Miss Beyonce. And then while I'm on the subject of newsjacking music, how about we just go ahead and jump over to films? So I saw this Emma Thompson, Daryl McCormick talk new film, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. So what I can piece together, I did not look at the trailer. Let me just be honest. But what I can piece together is a older woman with a younger man. So with summer coming out, I'm thinking, if depending on if you're a relationship expert or dating expert, of like something just offbeat about, a cougar. But you got to watch the film first, though. You have to watch the film to make sure you're on point. So don't forget that. But from both aspects, the do's and don'ts of dating a younger man, the do's and don'ts of dating an older woman, like something fun and offbeat and quirky that could just be a fun segment to talk about on TV, and hook it to this film after you watch the film, though. Okay, you gotta watch the film. And then I had mentioned this when I first dropped it. I don't see. Oh yeah, here it is. Let's see. What is that? How the new Father of the Bride compares to the past two versions. I'm not going to go deep into this because I've already covered this in a previous week when they announced the movie. Now I want to talk about the fact that the movie, it's either out or it's coming real soon, like dropping this weekend, perhaps. Any lessons for the event planner, being a bride, nervous brides, bride of the day, anything that you can watch this film and pull out lessons, myths, mistakes that you can actually hook on to your expertise. What if there's no headline? Katina says, what if there's no headline, but there should be? I don't know. You got to give me more, Katina. You got to tell me more. That's such um, a vague question. My thought is, if it's media sexy, you need to educate us and make it a headline and pitch. Okay, so that's what all Media Mavericks Masters is about. So newsjacking, when I teach newsjacking, is being reactive to what's out there. But the people in my Media Mavericks Masters course is learning how to be proactive to the media. So I'm thinking, if you thinking about it, maybe somebody else is thinking about it. But back to the Father of the Bride. So the Father of the Bride, we already talked about it. You can newsjack this, go see the film, or download the film. I don't know where it's going to be playing, but download the film and watch and see how you can pull things that you can hijack for your expertise out of it. And then, oh yeah. So Kim Kardashian reveals how long she waited to introduce her kids to Pete Davidson. I'm not sure which lane the expertise this falls into. I'm sure therapists, I'm sure maybe relationship experts, but there's something here that you can pull out maybe of how to introduce your kids to your new boo. basically. And the snippet of the article that I did read was Kim talked to a therapist and she waited 6 months before she introduced them to Pete. I'm not really sure how that works because I'm just like, Kim Kardashian is Kim Kardashian. Every move, Kim actually goes and buys toothpaste. She probably will go out and buy toothpaste, but everything she does is, it makes the news. So none of the kids knew she was dating. They didn't see nothing, social nothing. So like, how do they have a complete blackout for, the kids? But there's something there of what, what you should be doing to introduce your kids to your new boo. I think that falls, into the mental health space or child psychologist. Maybe that's it, child psychologist, marriage and family therapist for sure, and educators, maybe, something there. Then this one, Steve Harvey writes a heartfelt note to wife for 15th anniversary, where he says, "You simply changed my life." So again, the relationship experts, I'm saying, Patina says, out of all the third graders in our city, out of all the third graders in our city, 1,200, only 156 were at or above grade level in reading. A whole mess. So, Katina, if that's your lane of genius and you have solutions to address it, or something that may be, where you have a solution about it, I would definitely pitch that, because ooh, what city are you in, actually? Because I would definitely pitch that. And what are the solutions, though? What needs to happen as a result? And I'm waiting on you to answer. But in the meantime, so Steve Harvey writes heartfelt note to wife for the 15th anniversary. That to me, obviously relationships, what he says, or okay, so Katina's in Kansas City. Yeah, Katina, I would definitely, Kansas City only has 1,200. Oh, 1,200 third graders. Okay, because I'm like, for whatever reason, my mind went to students. I'm like, Kansas City only got 1,200 students. But yes, absolutely. If you have a solution or insight into this, of what needs to happen or what needs to stop happening, I would definitely pitch your local media. But with Steve, it's the relationship people. Like, what are they doing right? 15 years. Look at what he wrote to see if, you know, what what we need to learn from it all. Like, he's the author of what? Act Like a Man, Think Like a Woman. Wait, no, that ain't right. What is it? Think, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. Is that it? Totally forgot it. Katina says, I have the solution, educated for 15 years, tutoring, teaching kids to read. Absolutely. Then I need you to jack it and present what can happen to help these parents, to help the students get to increasing their reading level. Ms. Barbara says, did you watch Hustle on Netflix about the underdog basketball player and a talent scout who makes the NBA? It's a great never give up movie. That's the one with Adam Sandler and Queen Latifah, right? I have not watched it yet, but good idea. For sure, good idea. I can't really speak on it because I haven't really watched. I haven't, really watched. I haven't watched it at all. But good idea. I would strongly suggest that. Good thing, Miss Barbara. Let's see. Oh, these are for in my consumer people space. And guys, a lot of these I'm covering might not just be, for you. It could be people that you know in your circle that I'm talking to, talking about these things, and it triggers. Oh, I should tell such and such about this. Make sure you tell them, because I want to make sure this information gets out there. So Prime Day 2022, everything you need to know, including all the early deals. So if you're one of those consumer people that like reviews things, I would strongly suggest you go over. But you got to act quickly on this. You have to act quickly, because I forget when Prime Day is coming, but you need to start talking about what Amazon is doing over here, and what deals they can be looking to. This is exactly what the article is based on, but you can take this article, or you can take your own experiences and pitch it to your local media about your highlights of what deals is Amazon giving that is notable for the audience. And then let me see, let me make sure I get all of them. Okay, yep. Those are all the headline hooks I got for today. So, with that said, anybody got anything they need me to know, to tell me, to ask me before we say night-night? Before we say night-night. So I'm going to count it down. As always, thanks for coming to play with me. Okay, so Prime is July 12th through the 13th. So if there's any releases that are dropping to give you the viewers, the audience, a hint of what's coming, I need you to jump on it. All right? I need you to jump on it. All right, in 10, 9, I'm so excited. Moving Day Mafia is leaving the station. People have been activated. So for those of you who don't know, Moving Day Mafia is my dorm room makeover initiative / TV show that is specifically taking care of those freshmen at HBCUs that have aged out of the foster care system. And so my girl Nikki Klug is our interior designer, and we are going to be supporting 13 students starting out the gate. The goal is to actually make Moving Day Mafia like Make-A-Wish, where every Moving Day season, an army of volunteers deploy out to, these HBCUs to love on these students that need us to protect, love on, supply things for them, be a resource. So we are leaving the station. We are doing Paul Quinn College on August 10th. That's it. All right. So stay tuned. We're looking for volunteers and resources and all that good stuff to pull this off. Tia Young says, what Tia saying? I was able to newsjack the Prince Louis campaign for etiquette tips for kids at weddings. And when you tell me you were able to newsjack it, what does that mean, Tia? What happened? What happened? Because maybe we'll save you for next week so we can actually talk about it in more detail. But I want to know what you mean by you newsjacked it. So I'll keep counting down. Great show. Thank you, Teach. You are most welcome. And what was I on? What number was I on? 7, 6, 7, 6. I'm going 7 to 6. 5. Thank you, my Emily. I'm trying to give Tia time to type so we can all celebrate her. 3. Miss Barbara, will you be at TSP? I'll be there. I won't make it this year, Miss Barbara. I have a huge assignment that has to get done. And the fact that my car was stolen just threw my whole thing off, and I got to focus on Moving Day Mafia. So, unfortunately, I won't be there. Tia, you gonna talk to me or no? If not, send me a message to you if something has happened and you can't hear me, and we need to continue. But I'm curious so we can celebrate you. Who? Okay, 1. Tia, make sure you send me a message. Okay, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.